We'll celebrate Day of the Dead at the Toyota Music Factory. We'll check out the 20th annual Art Connection Members Show, and we'll discover the great food and libations Whiskey Cake has to offer. All this and more coming up About Town. Hello everyone and welcome to About Town. I'm Kathy Whiteman. Thanks so much for joining us for details on the latest streaming show from Mainstage Irving, Las Colinas. As always, we'd love for you to send us your feedback. Tell us about events going on around the community, interesting people we should profile, or stories you'd like to see on the show. You can email us at ictn@cityofirving.org or connect with us on social media. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. We'd love to hear from you. The U.S.-Mexico Cultural and Educational Foundation hosted Dia de los Muertos at the Toyota Music Factory. Susan Stevens has the story.
We're celebrating what's called the Dia de los Muertos, or the Day of the Dead. It's in conjunction with Halloween, but most specifically, this is something that's done in Mexico, in particular in Latin America, with the culture that on November 1 or at midnight, you celebrate your family members that have passed on. The altar will display not only photos and the candles will be lit, but also the different kinds of food that'll be displayed that will also be partaken. People will be able to have bits and pieces of either pan de huevo or pan dulce, which means sweet bread. In order to be able to have the distance 6 feet or more, the city have put together these kinds of pods, they're called, so people can sit in there with their masks and be safe. We want to continue to do the kinds of things that support the restaurants that are here, and at the same time be safe, and 3, start to celebrate whatever cultural events that we can celebrate.
Learn more about the U.S.-Mexico Cultural and Educational Foundation at usmcef.org. Art Connection is the Irving Arts Center's membership program for the visual arts. The organization celebrates 20 years this year, and of course, due to COVID-19, the Arts Center needed a creative way to mark the occasion. Here's a look at what a little technology and a lot of talent and resourcefulness can do. Striking images, digital photographs, ceramics, drawings, and you can examine these beautiful works of art from the comfort of home.
The 20th Annual Art Connection Members Show is online this year, and you can find it at www.iaconlineart.com. So I'll take us to the 2020 show.
72 members of Art Connection submitted work for this year's show.
We have several outstanding ceramic entries. We have some sculpture, we have photography, painting, printmaking, really pretty much the gamut.
A feature of every Art Connection show is the Design Challenge.
It is.
Marcy felt this year's challenge should speak to our unusual times.
It seemed really imperative to be able to provide some sort of platform, some sort of outlet for artists to address what is going on. Wanted to provide a way in which those who wanted to could talk about how the time we are living in right now is making an impact on them.
Marcy invited artist and educator Greg Metz to judge the show.
Greg actually lives in Irving, has lived in Irving for quite a while. He teaches at University of Texas at Dallas. He teaches studio art, and he's also the director of the Spin Gallery at UTD. So he had all the prerequisites. Plus, he's also known for his his own artwork that is, tends to be very social and political.
This year's design challenge, Signs of the Times, was a perfect fit for Metz's own artistic focus.
You're seeing how it kind of bleeds into their artwork and to their visual voices has been, it's one of the rewards of, putting a show together like this.
One of the things I think that's important that all artists should understand is that your work should speak when you're not there.
Art Connection member Vet said the design challenge helped her select a piece to enter.
So when I looked at my piece and I thought about, how we line up now, everything is measured. Whereas before, you'd have a big gap and a little gap and people just kind of standing around. But now it's this 6 inches or 6 feet or 6 whatever. And I just saw that piece, because I actually had to count and measure between each one, it spoke more about where we are right now.
There were 33 works entered into the design challenge, and 3 took top honors. Shattered by Clara Limburg, Bubbles of Hope by Kate Lindsay, and What Day Is It by Brett Dyer. You can see the awardees in each category in the virtual gallery. But Metz was impressed by all of the work.
This was a real delight. I was so pleasantly surprised, and it was a joy going through this, although it's always tough to jury something. Making those definitive, first, second, and third places.
Marcy was particularly impressed by the youngest artists.
I have to say, the youth entries this year are really quite exceptional. I think that gallery really stands out.
Another standout was selected for Best of Show.
Yes, Vet is the recipient this year, and I'm very, very happy for her. Greg decided to recognize her for both of the pieces that she submitted, not just for one, but for both of the pieces, which are closely related.
I think what impresses me the most with her work is just the beauty and design consciousness with which she kind of connects us to the past, but giving sort of a new perspective going forward.
Vet and Greg share a perspective to encourage other artists during this time.
Every day, every other day, at least once a week, visit your artwork, even if it's just sharpening your pencils or cleaning your brushes. Make some kind of contact with what you have, whatever art form it is, whether it's fabric or painting, drawing, sculpting, whatever. Read a book about art, learn about the business of art, but stay connected in that way so that you will continue in your journey.
Make things. This is an unprecedented time that you're existing in and working in. That's like we've never experienced a pandemic like this, and so your voice will be looked back on 10, 15, 20, 50 years from now as being part of this very unique environment. And so those voices need to be out there. They need to be recorded. They need to be expressed.
This is Kathy Whiteman reporting. Check out the Art Connection 2020 member show, as well as Smithsonian Sites exhibits and 360 tours at iaconlineart.com. This week, Cynthia Flores returns to the show with a look at the true adventures of Wolf Boy, a coming-of-age independent film with a lot of heart.
Hi, today I want to tell you about a small film with a lot of heart, The True Adventures of Wolf Boy.
I'm normal. I'm a regular kid. I'm normal. I'm a regular kid. I'm normal. I'm a normal kid.
The film is laid out as a modern-day fable broken up by illustrated chapters with titles such as The Dragon's Dilemma and Wolf Boy Meets a Mermaid. It's the story of Paul, a 13-year-old kid who suffers from a rare condition he is known as congenital hypertrichosis. This affliction causes an abnormal amount of hair growth all over his face and body. The film stars Jaden Martell, Chris Messina, John Turturro, Sophie Gianamor, Eve Hewson, and Chloe Sevigny.
Dad, I don't want to do this.
You got this.
I'm a regular kid. I'm normal. I'm a regular kid. Look, I know you had a rough day.
Bark for us! Come on, we do.
But I really want to show you something.
Paul lives an isolated life with his loving father in upstate New York. He finds making friends impossible due to his looks. On his 13th birthday, Paul receives a mysterious gift that compels him to run away and seek out the mother he's never known.
To Paul. From Mom. There's some things that I've always wanted to ask you.
Paul, open up.
About who I was. What's her name?
Aristiana.
That's a stupid name.
Just because you look like that doesn't give you permission to be a dick.
Being naive and with no money to get where he thinks his mother is, Paul falls into bad company at the carnival. There, Mr. Silk, played perfectly by a long gray-haired John Turturro, convinces the boy to use his deformity to his advantage and get paid as a sideshow freak.
There's nothing to be ashamed of. We give the people what they want.
Come see the dangerous dog boy!
Go get a drink.
Paul's time at the carnival ends badly, leaving Mr. Silk seeking revenge. Luckily for Paul, he manages to make friends with Aristiana, someone who understands hating the body you're born in. Together with Aristiana's older, patch-over-one-eye friend Rose, they decide to drive him to see his mother. First, Rose takes Paul on a petty robbery spree to gather everything they need to throw him his first birthday party.
I'm not old enough.
Please, you're never not old enough for anything.
This is a stick-up!
Oh my God.
Give me the money!
Paul?
This is a stick-up!
The rest of the film is a coming-of-age story that isn't your average cookie-cutter Hollywood fare. Instead, it's inventive, while still keeping its feet grounded in reality.
No more fairy tales. No more make-believe.
This is pretty much all my fault.
So, what do we do now?
This is Martin Creechy's feature-length directorial debut. He has a gentle style and ability to show the tender, universal pain of being different in this world. His filmmaking on this project reminded me of a much calmer Tim Burton method of handling a fable.
The world's gonna be mean to us no matter what we do. So we can't afford to be mean to ourselves.
This movie is rated PG-13 for some scenes of underage drinking and light cursing. This film shines a light on acceptance and loving yourself. If we support independent gems like this one, maybe we'll get lucky and they'll make more positive movies like The True Adventures of Wolf Boy.
I'm a normal kid and I'll be strong.
The True Adventures of Wolf Boy is playing on iTunes, Vudu, Google Play, and other streaming platforms. There are a lot of reasons to visit Whiskey Cake, delicious food and drinks made with locally sourced ingredients and innovative techniques. But seeing is believing, so let's discover Whiskey Cake with Susan Stevens.
To smoke the glass.
Fresh cedar wood is torched to add a distinct flavor to Whiskey Cake's specialty drink, the smoked old fashioned.
Let the smoke engulf the glass, give it that nice smoky flavor. Cedar specifically is very good mixture with the old fashioned, but also adds a different element to it, makes it a little bit more complex.
An ice cube is placed in the glass, and the old fashioned is poured over and then finished off with an orange peel.
With bourbon, we found that orange actually complements the taste of bourbon better. And voila, we have a Whiskey Cake smoked old fashioned.
Whiskey Cake serves a number of different whiskeys and cocktails made with juices that are squeezed in-house.
We make all of our own shrubs, syrups, infusions, all of that goodness. So really unique, really well thought out bar program.
Whiskey Cake has been a part of Las Colinas since 2018.
Irving's a great location. I mean, you've got amazing business centers. It's a very lively area to live in and to work in and to play in. And that's what attracts us to all of our neighborhoods, is we want to be in neighborhoods where we can enhance an already great place.
The restaurant is known for their garden-to-glass drinks and farm-to-table food.
We incorporate as many local artisans, ranchers, and farmers as we can into some tricked-out versions of American food.
One of those foods includes the chicken cheese melt.
We marinate, brine, and roast chickens in-house, and then we shred them out and make basically the best chicken sandwich we possibly can. It's got applewood smoked bacon, pesto mayonnaise, avocado smash, tomato, lettuce. I mean, it is just everything a good old-fashioned chicken sandwich should be.
Another house favorite tells a classic childhood story.
Three Little Pigs are pulled pork sliders. We roast the pork in-house. We make barbecue sauce in-house. We even make the bread. It's got kind of a fun story. It's got some fried onions, which we call fried onion straws. So you got your straw right there. You've got a little skewer that has to hold the whole thing together because they're so tall they don't stand up. So that's your wood. And then we even serve it on a brick. So you get to be the big bad wolf and come in and knock them all down.
And the new fall menu features a pan-seared duck breast.
Slice that out. That goes over a roast of cauliflower, sweet potatoes, caramelized red onions, all seasoned up with a little bit of Creole mustard vinaigrette. That gets set on top of a carrot rutabaga mash. I mean, it is everything that fall needs to be.
Whiskey Cake is also known for their eclectic brunch menu that's available Saturday and Sundays. But no matter the day of the week, the restaurant insists on always ordering their popular dessert.
You can't come in here and not have a whiskey cake. I believe it's technically illegal in the city of Irving law. A whiskey cake is an English toffee tart with bourbon toffee, whiskey anglaise. We've got a vanilla whipped cream that we actually have the vanilla produced for us and aged in old whiskey barrels. So it is good and unique. Little candy pecans up on top. It is arguably one of the best desserts in town.
They put as much effort into their quality of food as they do into their atmosphere.
The overarching idea of Whiskey Cake, the look and the feel of it, is what would happen if a bunch of really great chefs met up with a bunch of farmers in a retired old factory or warehouse and just kind of started cooking and having fun, sort of bootleg pre-prohibition style. And we wanted to do the whole thing as part of that as a green restaurant as well.
Whiskey Cake is following all the CDC guidelines, ensuring a safe and tasty dining experience that you can have at the restaurant or to go.
It's great food, a fun atmosphere, amazing cocktails, especially in the city of Irving. If you don't want to make the drive into downtown Dallas, we have brought that experience right here to you.
For About Town, this is Susan Stevens.
Tasting is even better than seeing, so discover this Irving restaurant for yourself. Whiskey Cake is located at 3225 Regent Boulevard. For reservations or to learn more, call 469-941-2253 or visit them online at whiskycake.com. Mainstage Irving Las Colinas brings the magic of theater to the comfort of your living room with a delightful new show. Michael Serecchia directs, Ellen Losey stars, and they're here to tell us a little bit about Irma Bombeck at Wit's End. Hi guys, thanks so much for being here today.
Hello.
So great to see you.
Thank you.
Tell us about it, Michael. Tell us about the show.
Hello? Well, it couldn't come at a better time. I think we all need a really good laugh and a tension release about now. And this show certainly fits the bill.
What?
It's about Irma Bombeck. Really? It's a celebration of Irma Bombeck, who was an amazing American humorist who was considered one of America's funniest moms. And she herself says her writing was so successful because she herself was so ordinary. But she took everything not with just a grain of salt, but with a ton of wisdom and humor. And it's a very positive way to approach one's life, no matter what's going on in the world or in yourself. It's a great, refreshing point of view, and it's inspiring and touching, but mostly it's funny. And I'm just so thrilled that, for one, you are in it, Miss Kathy, but especially to work with Ellen again. I've missed her so much now that theater's been sleeping. She's amazing.
Well, that does not surprise me in the least, having worked with Ellen in the past. It's great to see you again. And I have to ask the question this way. When I was a little girl, every time I got the newspaper, I looked for Irma Bombeck's column because I thought she was amazing. So is this your first time to encounter her, or did you have a past with Irma Bombeck?
I think every mother has a favorite child.
I had a past with Irma through my mom, who loved Irma and really, I think, identified with her, although my sister and I were much easier on her than Irma's kids were on her. So Mom used to cut out columns and send them to me, ones that she thought were particularly funny. And we had a couple of the books on our bookshelf. We had The Grass is Always Greener Over the Septic Tank. We had If Life is a Bowl of Cherries. So I was exposed to them at a young age.
I remember
to her writing and her wit.
I remember If Life Was a Bowl of Cherries, I'd be in the pits. I loved that book. So yeah, we have that in common. And I'm just delighted that you guys have selected this show to bring to people because, as you said, Michael, it is a funny show. But Irma Bombeck was also very, very wise. Tell me why you were attracted to directing this project.
Well, for those reasons, it's a beautiful balance between humor and biography, history, political history. I mean, Irma was very involved in the ERA amendment, and learning all that, being refreshed with that with Betty Friedan, boop, 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 and Gloria Steinem, and Bella Abzug. All those names from when I was growing up, it brought so many things back, and it made me think, oh my gosh, this is a slice of Americana, a really healthy, improving Americana that the story needs to be heard, and it needs to be enjoyed because it is funny.
So tell us how people can see the show.
Well, the show it's a live theater performance, and we're capturing it on film to be streamed. And so you can go to either the Irving Arts Center box office or the Mainstage Irving online website and follow the link to purchase a ticket to view the video. And once you purchase the ticket, I believe you have 48 hours to watch it. There are specific dates. I should know this. It's the 7th through the 21st. That's when the video is available to view Saturday, November 7th from 7:30 through Saturday, November 21st at 11:45 p.m. CDT.
Fantastic. So, Ellen, let me let you have the last word. You already knew a little bit about Irma, having seen the columns through your mom and read the books. But was there anything in this delightful script that surprised you?
Do you know how much money I made when I was a child? 5 cents a month. Only 5 cents a month.
I wanted to do it. I knew she was funny, but I didn't realize, one, that she had been very active as a feminist in trying to get the ERA passed. That, to me, it was very attractive. It's fun to play. And just, it seems so good for the time we're in right now. People are confused and sad and isolated. And she was never mean-spirited. And she spoke the truth with great insight and made herself vulnerable and therefore put housewives at ease about who they were. Just her kindness and her clarity and intelligence and her seem just right for now. And it's a lovely person to get a little negative. I think, well, what would Irma do? You take these women on and you kind of keep them inside of you. And she's a good one to have on board as we navigate everything we're navigating right now. So hopefully other people will feel the same way about her.
I absolutely agree. Thank you guys so much for spending some time with me this afternoon. And folks, if you want an opportunity to laugh and get a little bit of ageless wisdom, please check out At Wit's End, Irma Bombeck, and you can go to irvingartscenter.com to purchase a streaming ticket, or you can go to mainstageirving.com. So please check out this wonderful show and get a chance to see these brilliant theater artists at work. The talented photography students at Dallas College Northlake campus show off their skills in the Courtyard Gallery at the Irving Arts Center. Here's a look and a list of picture-perfect ways to relax and have fun about town. And here are some other exciting things to do in our happenings about town. Entertainment Series of Irving presents Vocal Inspiration featuring Scott Cameron on Saturday, November 7th at 7:30 p.m. in Carpenter Hall. Second Sunday Fun Day is November 8th, and it celebrates National STEAM Day. You can pick up your arts and crafts kits between 1 and 4 p.m. at the Art Center, and then go online at irvingartcenter.com to check out the video instruction. In a galaxy not far away, the Las Colinas Symphony presents Stands Apart, the return of the Lone Star Youth Orchestra on Wednesday, November 11th at 7 p.m. in Carpenter Hall. Hear them you must. And the Irving Symphony Orchestra invites you to Carpenter Hall for a Veterans Day tribute on Saturday, November 14th at 7:30 p.m. For more information on all these events at the Irving Arts Center, call 972-252-ARTS or visit irvingartcenter.com. And that wraps up this edition of About Town. Thanks for joining us. Please be sure to tune in next time for our visit to Baila Irving. We'll also learn about Orange Theory Fitness, and we'll check out the Las Colinas Association's Symphony and Cinema. Please keep practicing physical distancing and other important safety measures as we continue to support each other through this health challenge. We'll leave you tonight with another look at Dia de los Muertos. I'm Kathy Whiteman. Have a great evening, and we'll see you next time.
Lucas Reader on bass.